everybody, and good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Polo, Illinois, as we get ready for quarterfinal action here in the I8FA playoffs here, as it is TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. My name's Wyatt Reed. I'll be taking you along here this evening as the 10-0 Marcos of Polo take on the Thunder of West Carroll, 8-2 coming in. And you want to talk about a turnaround for a team. West Carroll, one heck of a turnaround over the last 2 years. Last year, finished the season at 0-9, and now here they are, just one win away from the semifinals here in 8-man football. So a massive turnaround for the Thunder, led by their head coach, and that man would be, if I can turn the page here, that man would be Abel Sesteta, and he is he's got this team cooking in the right direction here, and we're excited to see West Carroll in action here. West Carroll was able to hold off Flanagan last week, a very close ball game, 20-17. Polo, on the other hand, they come in off of a giant win. Of course, we were here on TSSR. I was up here at TSSR broadcasting that one last week, as Polo had no trouble with Alden Hebron, 58-20 victory for the Marcos. They come into this one 10-0, and a lot of lopsided victories. And although that score is a little lopsided when you look at it, this game was still close last week here in Polo, as Alden Hebron had it to within one score late in the second half, or late in the second quarter, I should say. And then Polo went on a 24-0 run to end the half. And then that was all she wrote. The Marcos were on their way to their 10th win of the season. Now they're set up here in the quarterfinals, and this is where things start to get a little tense. Things start to get a little tight. Mistakes are magnified, especially this late in the playoffs. When there's only 8 teams remaining, a lot can go wrong if you start making mistakes. And Polo certainly wanting to clean up the mistakes that they made in that first half last week. Again, it didn't hurt them last week too much, but with that being said, don't want to be making those mistakes here in the quarterfinals. So I'm excited for this matchup here. We've got West Carroll coming up here, and again, off of an 0-9 season last season, they are certainly feeling pretty good to be here in the quarterfinals as we get ready to go here tonight. Kickoff scheduled for 1 o'clock, but it's a couple minutes away here. National anthem about to get underway, so we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have football matchup here, quarterfinals here in 8-man football in the state of Illinois here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here this evening, as we are about ready to get this one underway this afternoon, I should say. So used to saying this evening after last week, where we had both late games. Last Friday we were here in Polo, and Saturday I had the late game there in Pawnee last week. So that's kind of why evening is, is so ingrained in my mind here. But it's good to have everybody along here. Feel free to get into our comment section here on YouTube. We've got those wide open for you guys. You can chat with us, get some reaction, let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for, and again, just some of the reaction to what you're seeing out there on the field. We're excited for this matchup, though, here. The 10-0 Marcos taking on the 8-2 Thunder, as Polo takes on West Carroll here this afternoon. And, boy, I tell you what, this should be an interesting one here. Now, it'll be an early tell as to how West Carroll is going to be playing this game here. West Carroll won the toss. They elected to defer, and that means Polo will get the ball here, and they are led by their great quarterback who put on a show last week. That would be Gus Mumford. Mumford, 6 foot, 155 pounds. He is a senior, and he, again, put on a show. 182 yards rushing on just 9 carries. You do the math. That's about 20 yards a carry for Mr. Mumford, and then he had a couple of passing touchdowns in that matchup as well. So he's a dual-threat quarterback, going to be causing a lot of problems here for the Thunder as we get ready to go here this afternoon. Again, so good to have you along here, and let's play some football here. A spot in the semifinals up for grab here as the opening kickoff, a little bouncer, that one taken at the 45-yard line, I should say. That's number 34 on the return. That is Gage Ziegler, whose name I said wrong in the entire first half last week, so I'm going to get it right for the first time here in our first go here. Opening kickoff taken in good field position here for Polo, as they'll have the ball moving right to left in those Navy uniforms, very similar to what the folks at Navy wear. That navy blue with the, I don't even know what to call that, those gold helmets right there. One wide receiver splitting out to the left side as Mumford getting ready to go here in the shotgun. One back there, back with him. Here is Mumford. He's going to take it left side. Big hole. He's past the 45-yard line to the 40. Still on his feet. There he goes inside the 30-yard line. And what did I just say? Mumford, this man is a problem. He is taken inside the 30-yard line from the 49. We'll see where they mark him. That is a gain of 22 on the first play from scrimmage for Gus Mumford. Good blocking up front. And the Marcos are moving here on the opening drive, just underway here. 11:49 to go here in this opening quarter. I know Ted Alston, the head coach for Polo, really liking that. I formation now with one back in the backfield, as that's Noah Dewey. Dewey going to get the handoff. He has a big hole right side. He's going to get past the 20-yard line. Good carry on first down. That's a gain of 8, maybe 9 on that play. Dewey. And if you hear that wind blowing here, well, it is just windy. The wind is blowing right into the press box here this afternoon, so gonna kind of have to deal with that here on a windy, chilly afternoon here in Polo, Illinois. Good to have folks along here in the comments section. I'll get to that here in just a second. Karen joining us, rooting for West Carroll, watching in upstate New York. All righty, here's the snap. They fake the handoff. There goes Mumford outside. He's to the 10, breaks his way back inside 5, into the end zone. There's Gus Mumford from 19 yards out. 2 carries, 41 yards, and he is into the end zone. What an opening drive for the Marcos. That was perfect. Just about as perfect as you can be on an opening drive. Of course, it helps when you have good field position. Ball starting at the 49-yard line. 22-yard carry from Mumford on the first play. 8 yards on the second play on a handoff to Dewey. And then a 19-yard touchdown into the end zone. Mumford showing off his speed as Mumford in the I formation fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself. Runs his way up the middle, and he's into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. How about that for a start for the Marcos? 8-0 is our score. We are back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now Minimally invasive include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here. 8-0 our score. The Marcos into the end zone on the opening drive, thanks in large part to their starting quarterback, Gus Mumford. 41 yards on 2 carries and a 19-yard touchdown. And the Marcos on the board here early on. 11:05, just 55 seconds into this one. And now the Marcos will kick off here. We'll see what the Thunder can do in response, as there's a low line drive kick. That one through the legs of the intended target, and that one will be landed on at the 31-yard line. Falling on that one, number 4, Rafe Picard Shinkin. Hopefully I'm saying that name right there, and if not, my apologies. 8-0 though our score. West Carroll going to start moving left to right in their road white uniforms, green pants, green numbers, green helmets. That's a sharp shade of green right there, I will say. 11:02 to go here. Rain, stay away. We're hoping the rain stays away from us here for the next couple of hours so we can get a good football game in with no interference from Mother Nature. Oh, the ball's on the ground on the opening play, and the Marcos fall on it. Who is that comes up? Number 82. That's Kalen Gilbranson, who falls on it. And that is certainly not the opening drive that the Thunder wanted to see. Bobbling the snap, trying to hand it off to his back. And one play, a turnover, and now the Marcos with a chance to make a statement early. 31-yard line is where they'll set up. Moving right to left on your screen. Mumford in the I formation, sweeps it right side, gets it to Dewey, outside, now he cuts back, what a move on the cutback, down the sideline, and into the end zone, touchdown Noah Dewey from 31 yards out, and number 2, the Marcos of Polo making a statement here in the quarterfinals. How about that play right there? The Marcos into the end zone for the second time, and we're only 1 minute and 10 seconds into this one. 14-0 our score. What a cutback move. We've seen 2 good cutbacks, one by Mumford and then one by Dewey on that play. Here's the snap. They fake the handoff. Mumford going to look to throw on this 2-point conversion. Now he's going to run it for the pylon. Is he in? He is! Using his wheels, making his way in. A 2-point conversion for Gus Mumford. 16-0. Polo with the early lead. We're back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call as an early 16-0 hole for West Carroll. The Thunder going to be looking for a stop. A fumble on the first play from scrimmage for the Thunder after the Marcos took their opening drive down the field into the end zone. And now we'll see what the Thunder can do in response. Looking for something here. And the Thunder off their 20-17 win last week and able to handle that one. It'll be good field position here. A little I don't know if that was by design or not, but able to land on it there. Number 22, that is Austin Behrens. And Barron in the comments says, wow, talk about a hot start. Polo is running hot as the sun right now. That's pretty hot, but it is just about as hot as you can get. 19-yard touchdown for Mumford. He's got 2 carries, for 41 yards. 2 carries for 39 yards for Noah Dewey. I formation. Starting quarterback here is Roger Leyburn. As Leyburn takes the handoff. Now he hands it off, gets it to his man this time, and he is met about a yard or two. Gets that one to Rafe Shinkin. Hopefully I'm saying that name right there. And that'll be a 2-yard gain, maybe 1-yard gain, and a timeout is called on the field. We'll keep it here. I'm going to give him a 2-yard. Well, there was a 1-yard gain. All right, I look at the yard markage on the other side of the field, and that is indeed a 1-yard gain. This game is brought to you by Maetke Ag and Seed Resources. This is a full-service Pioneer Seed agencies offering corn, soybeans, and wheat. They also offer La Crosse brand alfalfa and forages, as other resources such as on-demand soybean treatment and a full lineup of Stoller and Next biological products are also available. They strive for a season-long approach to a grower's success. Good luck to the Missiles, as they are very proud of the Missiles this year. Actually, that's for Marco, I believe. They're proud of the Marcos. I think that might have been a typo right there. And that's my apologies there. Here's the snap, and they get it to the back this time. He is met. My goodness, what a hit. As that's a big back right there. Aiden Buckholtz, 5'10", 160 pounds. He ran into a wall. And that may be maybe a 2-yard gain here. And now it's 3rd down and long. And now the Thunder looking for a response here after falling behind 16-0. Gonna have to do something right here on this drive. 3rd down and 8, ball at the 48. Moving left to right here. I formation once again. Leyburn takes the snap. Fakes, actually gives the handoff on a draw play, running it up the middle, and he's going to be close to the line. Going to be about a yard shy, as that is Picard Shinkin. Good 7-yard gain on 3rd and 8. Now that leaves you with a manageable 4th down opportunity here. And we'll see how this one plays out here, as the Thunder, again, looking to keep this drive alive here. Don't want to go 4 and out here and give the red-hot Marcos the ball back. I formation, 4th and 1, ball at the 45. Les Carroll, I formation. Here's the snap. Steps back, hands it off, running it right side, trying to fight for it. Is he going to be there? I don't think he got there. They give him the line of scrimmage, and that is all. What a stop by the Marco defense. Aiden Buckholtz on the carry. And that is going to be no gain on the play. A turnover on downs. Ball will be spotted at the 45-yard line. And that's where Polo will take over. 8:57 to go here in this opening quarter. Already 16-0. And the Thunder defense desperately looking for a stop here, as the offensive line for Polo has been really good here over the last couple of drives, opening some big holes for Mumford and crew. Here's Dewey getting it, bumps it outside. Nice little stiff arm. Penalty flag comes in. This one likely coming back, as that is going to be in the way of holding, or a block in the back, actually, as he got to the outside. That's kind of what happens when they get to the outside. Nice bump to the outside by Dewey, but it is a penalty flag, so that'll push the Marcos back. I keep wanting to say the Polos, and I don't know why. It's Polo. The Polo Marcos here. 8:49 to go. I don't think I messed that up one single time last week. That's a 10-yard penalty. It's 1st and 20. The ball will be set at the 35-yard line now. Now, first time behind the sticks for Polo. 10-yard penalty there. Here's the snap. Mumford going to roll out. He's going to look to throw. He's a dual-threat quarterback. Now he's going to run. He's got a lot of space in front of him. 45, he's near the 50. Mumford spun out of bounds, and he's going to be close to the sticks. Give him about 19 yards. Gus Mumford, 60 yards rushing already here. They make it 18. Okay, so he's at 59 yards rushing. I was close. 8:25 to go here, 2nd down and 2. That's a big play. After getting behind the sticks, you're able to get 18 of the 20 back. And now the Marcos are in business. Here's the handoff. They're going to get it to the up back. He's got a big hole left side. There he goes down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown. Kalen Gilbranson from 47 yards out. And big plays for the Marcos. My goodness. What a play. The Marcos into the end zone once again. Kalen Gilbranson, he was the up back on that one. He was able to cut back left side, run down the sideline, and into the end zone. 22-0. 8:16 to go, first quarter. What a statement by the number 2 team here in the state in 8-man football. A lot of people thought maybe Polo had an argument for the 1 team in the state. Here in the quarterfinal, they're showing why. Here is Mumford. He's going to roll right side. He's going to throw into the end zone, and that one in and out of the hands of the intended target. That was Damon Rowe, the tight end. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got more action for you here. TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here. As 8:16 to go here, first quarter, the Marcos of Polo. A 22-0 lead over West Carroll. West Carroll coming into this matchup 8-2 off of a 20-17 win over Flanagan. Low-scoring affair there. They're going to need some offense to keep up with this Polo offense. Big plays. Touchdowns from 19, 31, and now 47 on their 3 drives. That one, a pooch kick. Is that one going to go? They needed 10 yards. A penalty flag comes in. It did not. Landing on it is number 22. That is Austin Behrens. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunder. They'll be right at midfield. So good field position here, which the Thunder are going to need to turn into some points here if they hope to keep in this one. Is that green laces on that football right there? I think it is. That's kind of a cool setup. Each team bringing their own balls. I formation. As here's the snap. Hands it off. Runs it left side. And with the carry there, that is Aiden Buckholtz. A good carry on first down. Gain him 3. Helps if I'm writing on the right team. Buckholtz with the carry. Winter Harrington is the starting quarterback. By the way, number 7. I originally thought it was Roger Laybourne, but he was the tight end. So starting quarterback is Winter Harrington. I formation, 2nd and 7. Here's the handoff, left side. Shakes a couple of tackles, which saves a tackle for loss. Turns it into a minimal game there. Tyler McGinnis on the carry, number 30 for West Carroll. And now it's going to be 3rd down. 3rd down and about 5, a gain of 2 on that play. And we'll see what they have drawn up here on this one. That wasn't McGinnis. That was Cole Harrell, number 33. My apologies. Number 30 is an offensive lineman. That was not the right guy. Buckholtz in the backfield, though, now. 3rd and 5, ball at the 45-yard line. I formation once again. Here's the snap. They sweep it right side. Oh, that was a bad sweep right behind Buckholtz, and it is going to be a massive stop right there I don't think he would have gotten it anyway. The Polo defense was just racing in on that one. A 5-yard loss, wiping away any gain that they made, maybe a 6-yard loss. And that is a 6-yard loss. Wow. And now the Marcos, they're going to get the ball back here and really look to flex their muscles here. 6:25 to go here, first quarter. In to punt it away is Rafe Picard Shintgen. Here's the snap. Punt gets away. Where are they going to mark this one as it goes out of bounds? Nice punt right there. As that'll be down at about the 31-yard line. Doug Knapp, the Polo mayor, joining us here on TSSR. Working in Shannon, he says. Following the game, though, go Marcos from Doug Knapp there, the mayor of the great city of Polo. Great little city you got here, I will say. Been here the last 2 weeks. And we'll see what the Marcos can do here on first down and 10. Ball set up at the 31-yard line. Let's get back to the correct stat sheet there. Gus Mumford in the shotgun. One wide receiver to his right. They hand it off, running it back up the middle. He cuts back up to the left side. That'll be a good 4, maybe a 5-yard gain for Gage Ziegler. And we're seeing something here in the early going that we kind of saw it last week. They give him 6 on that play. It'll be 2nd down and 4. We're seeing a bunch of different guys getting carries. Last week against Alden Hebron, 6 different guys touched the ball for Polo last week. That's depth that you can't get ready for. One to the left. Mumford gets the handoff, gets it to another back, running his way up the middle, down the sideline, running his way. That's Lowry. He cuts back inside the 40-yard line. 26, give him a 27-yard carry for Lowry. A 27-yard gain, Bill Lowry, and he's the 5th different player to touch it here in this one. Lowry had a big night. Actually, he started out pretty good. Couple of carries, over 30 yards rushing by my tally. Boy, and it doesn't matter who touches the ball. They're getting some big holes. That's all on the offensive line right there. They are making some massive holes in this one. One wide receiver. Here's Mumford. Mumford going to roll out right side, looking for some blocks. Now he cuts back inside the 30. He's near the sticks. And they're going to give him a 9-yard gain. Gus Mumford, his 4th carry of this ball game, as he is sitting here with quite a few yards here in the early going. 41, 50, 68 yards rushing on just 4 carries. Doing math live on the air here. Bear with me on that. 4:24 to go here, first quarter. Marcos looking to score again here in the early going. One wide receiver splits out right. Lowry in the backfield with Mumford. Takes the snap. Gets the handoff to Lowry. Big hole right side. He's inside the 20, 15. He's near the 10. And he's down at the 5-yard line. 22-yard gain for Lowry. A gain of 22 and 27 on the day. And the holes that are just being opened up by this offensive line. Big guys on the offensive line. Wyatt Placknow, 6'3", 250. Number 44, you've got Jeffrey Donaldson, 5'11", 225. I mean, there are just some massive bodies that are working really hard here in the early going. Logan Nelson, 6'4", 305. Hard to stop that. 3:40 to go here. First quarter. Mumford sets up 1st and goal at the 5. Mumford going to take it on a drop play. Left side, he finds the hole into the end zone. Another touchdown. Touchdown for Gus Mumford. And the Marcos are back on the board. They lead this thing 28-0. My goodness gracious. Another touchdown for Gus Mumford. He's got 2 on the day, 1 from 19, 1 from 5. 3:32 to go, as you can see on the clock back there. Again, bear with us there. That white stuff you saw show up on the screen there, that is the trash bags that we've got our cameras covered in here. We're hoping that Mother Nature doesn't mess with us here today. Mumford rolls out on the 2-point try. He cuts back. Lamar Jackson-esque shakes off a tackler, throws into the end zone. Oh, my goodness. What a play by Gus Mumford. Finds his man in the end zone. Noah Dewey. The 2-point try is good, and it is 30-0 Marcos. We're back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available, so with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
And we're back to TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. There was a penalty flag on the 2-point try, so we'll try it again. Mumford, now he's got him wide open. And after all that, into the end zone, a 2-point try for Damon Rowe. We'll keep it here since we had our break. Didn't matter. The 2-point try that didn't count was very Lamar Jackson-esque, as I mentioned before we went to break. Just running backwards, kind of like a Madden cheat code. You run all the way back, and then you run all the way forward and find your man wide open in the end zone. What a play by Gus Mumford. This game is brought to you by Miyake Ag and Seed Resources, full-service Pioneer Seeds agency offering corn, soybeans, and wheat. Also offering La Crosse brand alfalfa and forages. Other resources available as well. They are available, and they strive for season-long approach to grower success. Good luck to the Marcos, as they are very proud of the Marcos this season, and rightfully so. A 10-0 team putting the whooping on West Carroll, who comes into this one 8-2. They're no slouch. Got some big wins on the year. This is a rematch of a matchup that took place earlier this year, and kind of a similar way this one's playing out. 52-6 was the score of that one. That one off the hands of one receiver, and it goes past the 40-yard line. Just kick it right at somebody and see what happens. That's what a lot of people say in high school football. Just have the kickers kick them right at them. Maybe they need to do that. Well, they can't really do that in the NFL now with the new kicking rules. Maybe an onside kick situations, you just kick it right at the hands team and see if they can react quick enough. 3:28 to go here, first quarter. West Carroll trailing 30-0. Polo off to a fast start here. I formation. They're going to sweep it, get it, and now looking for a throw. Oh, he's got the quarterback wide open, and it's overthrown, incomplete. Throwing that one back. They had Winter Harrington wide open, and it's just out of the reach from the throw by Rafe Picard Shintkin. Okay, this wind is driving me crazy. I imagine it's doing the same for you here on TSSR. We're doing the best we can here. 3:23 to go here. Two wide receivers to the right. They're moving a man in motion. Here's the snap. Get the handoff. Oh, breaks the tackle there. Gets to the outside. Big hole left side. And he's run out of bounds near the sticks, but a penalty flag comes in. As that carry by Aiden Buckholtz. And we will see what the penalty flag is. Likely coming back on a holding call. And the "you can't do that" chants coming from the student section here at Polo High School. Boy, that wind is stiff here today, I'll tell you. A little chilly as well. Can't really see when I stand, so I have to sit down, and it doesn't do me much good. Then the wind catches my mic. 30-0, Polo with the lead, 3:16 to go. Second down and 20 now. Tried that trick play, and it didn't work. Now 3 wide receivers are going to split out. I got a hunch that this isn't really Polo or West Carroll's game plan. They've been in I formation most of the day. Nice snag there by the quarterback. He's going to run it right side, break a couple tackles, but it's a minimal gain as he doesn't even get to the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 2, maybe 1. As that was the starting quarterback for West Carroll. Actually, that wasn't the starting quarterback. That's Rafe Picard Shintgen with his 3rd carry of the ball game. Only a 2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and about 19. Ball is set at the 28-yard line. .230 now here in the opening quarter. A lot of things going right for Polo, a lot of things going wrong for the Thunder of West Carroll. 2 wide receivers left. Here's the snap. They fake the handoff. A penalty flag. Oh, that one's stripped. Coming up with it are the Marcos. Penalty flag on the field, but running his way into the end zone. That is a touchdown for the Marcos. Damon Roy. And a penalty flag came in right as the play was starting. It's an illegal shift on the offense. The penalty is declined. A fumble, scoop, and score by Damon Rowe. And the Marcos are pouring it on here in the opening quarter. I think my mouse just died, so I got to go this route. A fumble, a strip. That was a nice strip there. Didn't see who stripped it, but the Marcos get the pressure to the quarterback and run it back for a touchdown. 36-0. Our score. Boy, even standing up, the wind is catching me. I formation here for Mumford. 2:11 to go, and offside as coming across the line. West Carroll, number 74. That is Logan Thulin, 6'2", 270. And now it'll be half the distance to the goal on the 2-point try. Mumford back in the I formation here. Another 2-point try as they hand it off to the up back. Actually, they pitch it outside. Boy, a little trickery even fooled me. Noah Dewey makes his way into the end zone for the 2-point try. And it is 38-0 Polo. My goodness. The Marcos with the lead. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live brought to you by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wide read on the call here, 38-0. You are not misreading that. The Marcos with a big lead here. First quarter, still got 2:11 to go here in the first quarter. Things just continuing to go bad to worse here for the Thunder. As this defense from the Marcos, I should say, been stellar to this point. As that one returned 25-yard line, running it back, Buckholtz. And Buckholtz is taken down at about the 34-yard line, about a 9-yard return there for Aiden Buckholtz. Just got to get something going here if you're West Carroll. Not going to get it all back here, obviously, on one drive, so just start something and see where it leads you. Boy, closing my window didn't do much good there, did it? Still getting hit with the old wind. So we'll put my window back up here. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Here's the snap. Steps back, looks to throw. Now he's going to run it himself. Running his way. Big hole. He's past midfield. Cuts back at the 40. Big play there by Harrington. What a run there by Harrington. It's 16 to midfield. We'll see where they mark him. 16 and then 18 to the 30, or 12. 16 and 12. So that's 28 yards for the starting quarterback. Taking it right up the middle. 28 yards. Longest play of the game here so far for the Thunder. And they're set up at the 38-yard line. 1:35 to go here. As the Thunder moving left to right here, just looking for something. D cheering hard for the Thunder here. Finally get a little bit of life on the first play. 1 to the right, 2 to the left. Moving a man in motion. Here's the snap. Harrington fakes the handoff. He's going to take it himself. He's got a hole, 30-yard line. Cuts his way outside. He's going to be taken down near the 25. Gain of 13 on the play. Back-to-back running plays by Winter Harrington. And Harrington will have the Thunder set up. 1st down and 10. As that one marked at the 24-yard line. Gain of 14. As we're under a minute to go here, opening quarter. 38-0, Marcos with the lead. 2 wide receivers on each side. Harrington takes the snap, looking to launch this one left side towards the end zone. That one incomplete. Penalty flag comes in. Wonder if we had a little hand fighting going on there. Might have been a hold before the ball was thrown. And it does look like that's going to be the case. Does look like it's going to be the case. And there is some life on that West Carroll sideline. Big crowd showing up from West Carroll. It is penalty on the Marcos. And that will set them up with a 1st down and 10. Half the distance to the goal will be at the 12-yard line. So another penalty on Polo. That's their second. We did see a penalty on West Carroll. The Thunder 8-2 on the year. After an 0-9 season last season. What a turnaround here. As moving a man in motion. Here's the snap. They get it to the back who was moving in motion. And Polo had that one sniffed out really well. That one a carry for number 24. That's Connor Townsend. That's going to be about a 5-yard loss as we trickle down here in the first quarter. 28 seconds to go. It might be the last play of this ball game, or this first quarter, I should say. Not of the ball game. We still got 3 quarters to go here. A lot of ball game left here. Now that the Thunder are especially showing a little bit of life here. I formation. Harrington takes the snap. Looks to hand it off, gets it to his man, cuts his way left side, looking for a hole. He's going to be back past the line of scrimmage, the original line of scrimmage. And that will be a gain of about 6 on that one. So now 3rd down and 9 when we come back at the end of 1. The Marcos putting it on early, 38-0. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here. 12 minutes back on the clock here as we get ready to start the second quarter. West Carroll on the far side of your screen, trailing 38-0. Polo, what a first quarter. Touchdowns, 2 different touchdowns from Gus Mumford, a touchdown by running back Noah Dewey, a 47-yard touchdown by the up-back, Kaylin Gilbranson. And then you had a strip fumble return for a touchdown. And now the Thunder finally looking for an answer here. 4 wide receivers, 3rd and 9. Here's the snap. Harrington looking to throw. He's going to throw that one over the middle, and that one's nearly intercepted, Billy Lowry nearly comes up with that one. Would have been the second turnover of this ball game for the Marcos. And now 4th down, trailing by 38. Kind of have no choice here but to give it a go. Obviously inside the red zone. Not very many kickers in the 8-man department, although there was a kicker last week again in the West Carroll game. 20-17. The only way to get that is through field goals. I suppose there is another way, but field goal kicker in that one. Here, moving a man in motion, 4th and 9, looking his way. Oh, and they sniffed that one out! A number of different Marco players back there. Big number 75, one of them, that's Wyatt Plackno. And that'll be a turnover on downs. They sniff that one out. West Carroll turns it over. The carry by Harrington loses 1 or 2 on that one. A 2-yard loss. And after having so much life on that drive, it stalls out in the red zone. And the Marcos will take over at the 12-yard line. Mercy. Here's Mumford as he takes it. He's going to run it left side. Now he cuts back up the middle of the field, as he's going to be taken past the 15-yard line to about the 17, maybe the 18-yard line. Mumford. I believe that's Mumford, yeah. Yep. Oh, no, that is not Mumford. J.T. Stevenson into the ball game at the quarterback spot, maybe keeping Mumford from getting hurt. That is a gain of 6 on the play. 2 and 5 look very similar up here in the press box. Might be seeing a lot of backups here for the Marcos as they hand it off to Lowry. He cuts his way past the 20-yard line. Oh, he found a hole somehow. A second burst past the line, past the 25-yard line. And that is a good gain of 8 yards for Billy Lowry. Good effort on that one. Kept his feet moving. He found a hole. And he squirts his way to about the 23-yard line. So Gus Mumford out of this ball game. Probably just a safety precaution there. And when you're up 38-0 here, second quarter, want to protect your star quarterback, especially if you hope to make a run to Monmouth in the state championship game here. Here's the snap. They hand it off. Running Lowry, left side, big hole. Past the 35. Billy Lowry past the 45. What a run there by Billy Lowry. Started at the 23. They're at the 45. That's a gain of 22. His second carry of 22 yards. His third carry of 20 or more yards here in this game. Billy Lowry showing off the speed. Saw a scoop and score earlier in this one by Damon Rowe. He had that in this ball game. Touchdowns by Mumford, 2 of them. Noah Dewey had 1. The up-back Gilbranson had 1. Probably going to see Lowry get one, you imagine, before this one's over. There's Dewey. He gets his way after the stiff arm. Nice stiff arm there, by the way, as he's going to be out near the sticks. That'll be about 2 yards shy. It'll be second down and about 2 after that gain of 8. Dewey with a 31-yard touchdown on his second carry of the ball game earlier. He didn't even get any carries in the game last week. So you add another option here for Polo. Noah Dewey doing good work here for head coach Ted Alston. Stevenson in the shotgun. He's going to take it himself this time. He cuts back, runs it up the middle. He's going to be past the sticks. That'll be a first down for the Marcos. Ball will be placed at the 41-yard line. A 5-yard gain for Stevenson. 2 carries for 11 yards for JT Stevenson. Into the ball game here for Mumford. Trying to get their backups some playing time here. This is a West Carroll team who comes in off of that win last week against Flanagan, 20-17. This is a team that was 0-9 just 2 years ago. Here's the handoff, gets it another back, runs his way past the 30-yard line. That's number 34. That's Gage Ziegler, and he's going to have a first down. Penalty flag comes in. And we'll see what the penalty flag is. This one might be coming back here for the Marcos. 9:36 to go here, second quarter. A personal foul is called on West Carroll after the play. So they marked it at the 29-yard line. That was a gain of 12 by Ziegler. And a personal foul after that one. That might just be a frustration foul on West Carroll, as they just can't seem to get anything going right here in this one. So that'll be set up inside the 20-yard line to about the 14-yard line. That's where the Marcos will take over here. First down and 10. 9:36 to go here. Clock is stopped. Boy, I tell you, that wind, it is just blowing right in here to the press box. JT Stevenson awaits the snap, takes it, hands it off, gets it to Dewey, runs his way outside towards the pylon, into the end zone again. It's Noah Dewey from 14 yards out. And the Marcos continue to pour it on here in the quarterfinals. Touchdown for the Marcos. They lead it 44-0. 9.5 to go here. Noah Dewey, second touchdown of the ball game after not playing last week. I'll have to ask Coach Alston about that. If he was dealing with something, or they said, hey, we don't need you here in the first round. We'll save you for the quarterfinals. He is making it work here. Stevenson outside going to the pylon, and he's going to make it in for the 2-point try. The 2-point try is good, and it is 46-0. Polo with the lead. We're back after this on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wide read on the call here from Polo, Illinois. 46-0. Polo with the lead. The Marcos flexing their muscles here, showing why they're the number 2 team in the state. A lot argued that they maybe should be the number 1 team in the state. Validation maybe here a little bit, as that one pooched toward the middle of the field, returned by West Carroll. Now he brings it to the near side of the field and taken down. That is Jacoby Cropper with the return. That'll bring it to about the 34-yard line, maybe the 35. Looks like 35 is where they're going to mark him. So that is where the Thunder will take over. They had a decent drive going last time, couple of quarterback carries by Winter Harrington. However, they were unable to get one into the end zone, and now 4 wide receivers split out by Harrington in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Harrington looking to throw. He's going to throw that one right side, and that one's incomplete. 9:21 to go here, first half. Polo with an 88-yard touchdown drive on that last scoring drive. And they put up 38 points in the first quarter alone of this one. 38-0 after one. Now they lead it. And any folks who are wondering about any ruling on a running clock, that's not until the second half. So the clock stopped with 9:21 to go here. I formation, 4 wide receivers. Harrington going to look to throw again. Launching this one down the right side. Looking for his man, and that one incomplete. Good coverage on that play by Mercer Mumford, who had a big week last week out of the backfield. Mercer Mumford, though, makes the play defensively, and now it's third down. Third down and 10. Ball is at the 35-yard line here for the Thunder. 9:14 to go here. Breaks the huddle. Harrington looking for something here. Here's the snap. Harrington looking to roll out. Pressure coming, and pressure gets to him, and he's taken down. Big number 75, Wyatt Plockno, gets into the backfield. Massive loss there for the Thunder. And how in the world he hung on to that one is beyond me. That's a 7-yard loss, 8-yard loss by Harrington. And that will set up 4th and long. The punter will come out. Try to get this one away here. 8:30 to go. That one nearly went over the head of the punter, and then punting that one away. That is a good punt there to the 40. Good return, though. Bringing it back. Here he comes down the sideline. That is Mumford. Mumford down the sideline. There he goes. One man to beat. He's inside the 5. Gus Mumford, who wasn't out on the field last time. A lot of substitutions with a game like this. Said, hey, let me run one back. And he nearly did. Gus Mumford. What a return. Inside the 5 to the 3. And now the Marcos are set up with 8:15 to go here, second quarter. They are set up in excellent field position here. And Gus makes his way back out there. So Gus is going to give it a go here. Said, hey, I got you guys here. Let's try it again. They're going to hand it off, though. Get it up the middle, running his way into the end zone. It's Gage Ziegler. Touchdown for the Marcos. This one from 3 yards out. Another touchdown. And the Marcos just continue to pour it on here first half. 8:10 to go here. 52-0 our score. That is the 4th different player to get a touchdown here today for Polo. Mumford with 2, Dewey with 2, Gilbranson with 1, and now Ziegler. I formation as they sweep it, getting it to Lowry. Lowry cuts his way back. Oh, what a nice move! And he gets his way into the end zone for the 2-point try. How about this first half for the Marcos? 54-0 our score. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live brought to you by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here. 54-0 our score as Polo out big here against West Carroll in the quarterfinals in 8-man football here in the state of Illinois. A touchdown from 3 yards out after Gus Mumford set them up with good field position on a punt return, shaking some tacklers on the return there. It's number 6, that's Aiden Lahair. That is what they said on the speaker system, so I'm going to run with that. 8:05 to go here. And we'll see if West Carroll can get something positive going here in the first half. 54-0. Everything seems to go wrong here so far here in this first half. It is just snowballed. Going back to the opening drive where they went 4 and out. Different man in the backfield here. Running it is Rafe Picard Shintkin. As taking that one to the right side. That's going to be about a 4-yard gain for Rafe.
Second down. Second 5.
And the Polo defense, I mean, this defense here has been a night and day difference from what we saw in the first half against Alden Hebron last week. Alden Hebron got 2 touchdowns in that first half, was within 1 score before they finally tightened up here. They've tightened up whatever they needed to tighten up, and now they are off and running here. Harrington now back in. Here he hands it off, and boy, meeting a number of different defenders right there. There's number 30. That's Tyler McGinnis. He is the running back there, who I saw earlier carry it. So I'm going to give him that carry, and that'll be about a 1-yard gain, so that'll set up 3rd down and 3. And a timeout is called by West Carroll. So we'll stay here with you. 54-0 our score. Good to have everybody along. Again, feel free to get into those comments. We love hearing from you guys, as things have been all one-sided here so far. But again, I talked about this. I'm going to mention this a number of times here. This is a West Carroll team who comes in here to these quarterfinals. You know, they're 8-2, and last year they were 0-9. Like, this is a night and day difference, a massive turnaround in just 1 year at West Carroll. And the Thunder got to be feeling pretty confident. They got a lot of these kids coming back here as well. As I look at their roster, they've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 8 seniors on this roster. And a lot of their playmakers are going to be coming back. Their quarterback's coming back. Some of their running backs are coming back. So they've still got some hope here at West Carroll, although they are running into a buzzsaw here in Polo. After the timeout, 3rd and 3. Here's the handoff to the up back. Runs his way up the middle, and that's going to be a 1st down, as that's Connor Townsend who takes that one after a good carry right there from the 49 down to the 45. That's a 6-yard carry on 3rd down and 3. 6:42 to go here. Opening half. And we'll see if the Thunder can get themselves some points here before the half. Just get you some confidence going into half, and then keep that confidence going into the second half here. I formation. There's another fake handoff. They're trying to pitch it. They do pitch it. Boy, a dangerous play. But Polo was ready for it no matter who had the ball. The pitch ends up going to Rafe Picard Shintkin. And Shintkin, that is a interesting play right there. Again, it's a miracle that they didn't throw it away. I mean, if I'm Harrington, I hang on to that ball if you ask me, but he was desperately looking for the corner, looking for Picard Shintkin. And now set up with a 2nd down and a long situation here after that 2 to 3 yard loss. Here's the fake hand. Oh, they faked the handoff. Oh, and they get a pitch. They say his knee was down. He's down inside the 45-yard line as the pressure got to him. Back to the 44. And that is a massive loss right there. 8-yard loss by Harrington. And now it's 3rd and 18. Actually, it should be about 3rd and 20 if my math serves me right here. Maybe 3rd and 19. They need to get from the 44-yard line all the way to the 44-yard line on the other side. So that is 20 yards. I was right the first time. I formation, Harrington takes the snap. Little end around. Oh, and they sniff that one out again. Noah Dewey into the backfield. What a play by Dewey. Noah Dewey with a massive play right there. That's a 6-yard loss. Didn't see who got the play on that one. Who got the handoff on that one? It was one of the receivers. I believe that was number 3. Roger Layburn with the loss, that 6-yard loss. Negative plays, the story of this one here for West Carroll. As that one punted away. Ooh, a nice punt right there. Nobody back for Polo. As that one bounces out of bounds. Inside the 25-yard line, a good punt. That'll be right at the 25-yard line. That's where the Marcos will take over. As Polo
35-yard line.
Putting the hurting on West Carroll here in this first half. 3:57 to go. Brina in the comments here. Thank you for reminding fans that Alden Hebron Giants last week had the lead over Polo. Scored 20 points on them. Yeah, Brina, most points Polo gave up all season long. We got to see last week here on TSSR, as we are the home of every 8-man playoff football game. As there's JT Stevenson, he slips initially, and a penalty flag comes in. Stevenson gets to about the 31-yard line. That's a 6-yard carry on that one. But this one might be coming back. And a hold on Polo. That'll be their 3rd penalty here. And now it'll set up 1st down and 20. Even in a 54-0 game, I know head coaches aren't going to like that. Ted Alston probably not too pleased with that. Of course, it's not the end of the world, so he won't lose his cool, maybe in this situation, but still, want to keep things clean. The cleaner, the better. Keep them penalties off the board here. 3:35 to go, as you can see in the clock in the background right there. Here's the snap, taking it Stevenson, running his way right side, looking for a hole as he's taken down near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him at the 21. That's a 6-yard gain on the play for JT Stevenson. His 3rd carry here in this ball game. And, yeah, this is a night and day difference of first half for the Marcos of Polo. As they come into this one after last week, we mentioned that Alden Hebron got the early lead. And Polo just looked all sorts of flustered. I don't know what the deal was, but things were not off to the best of starts, but then they cleaned it up and really ran away with it in the second half. They were running away with it here in the first half. Stevenson hands it off. Another back to get a carry here today. That is Mercer Mumford. We mentioned him a little while ago, playing some good defensive coverage, as that will be no gain on the play there for Mumford. He had a big week last week. Let me take a look here. Had a couple carries, 2 carries for 43 yards. And he also had a touchdown reception, 34 yards last week as well. 2:10 to go here in this first half. JT Stevenson running back into the huddle. Polo taking their sweet time here. As we'll, at the half, take a look at some of the other scores going around the 8-man football playoffs. Stevenson rolls out, launches this one deep to the right side. Oh, he's got his man. That's Mercer Mumford. What a catch at the 43-yard line. Gain of 23. Mercer Mumford in double coverage goes up and gets it. What a play. And the Marcos are rolling again. 1:37 to go here in this first half. What a play by Mercer Mumford. He is just a sophomore, by the way. Gus Mumford is a senior. But Mercer, you're going to see him in a Marco uniform for the next couple of years. They hand it off to him now. He runs his way, shakes off some tacklers midfield. Might have got a face mask grab on that one, past the 45-yard line. What a carry by Mercer Mumford. That's going to be about a 15-yard gain on that one. It is 15 yards to Mercer Mumford. And the Marcos are moving here with 1:08 to go in the first half.
First and 10 for the Marcos with the ball.
So the Marcos will be set up first and 10, ball at the 42. Under a minute, 55 seconds to go. And JT Stevenson. And it looks like they're going to be taking a knee, and they're just going to go into the half happy with their 54-0 lead. Might be the case indeed. 39 seconds to go. As taking a knee is Stevenson. JT Stevenson takes that knee, and that's going to end our first half. What a first half by the Marcos of Polo. They lead it 54-0 as we are at the half here in our quarterfinal matchup. We'll take a look at some stats and take a look maybe at some other scores from around the world of 8-man football here in the state of Illinois, as we'll be back right after this here. TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We're now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wide read on the call here as we are at the half. And what a first half it was for the Marcos of Polo. They lead 54-0. Gus Mumford and crew putting on a show, as I'm doing some quick math here to get the tallies for you. 306 you've got. Just rushing. The stat guy for the radio affiliate for West Carroll, we're talking here up in the press box, and 306. Let's see if that's the number I got. I think I'm going to be close. As let's take a look here for Polo, as they had a first half for the ages, led in part by Gus Mumford. He had 2 touchdown rushes, one from 19, one from 5. He has 5 carries for 73 yards. It was 61 yards for number 31, Noah Dewey, on just 4 carries. 47 yards for Kalen Gilbranson, as he was playing up back on one play and just raced his way down 47 yards into the end zone. 21 yards on 3 carries for Gage Ziegler. Let me make sure I get my number correct there. And then you've got 4 carries, 79 yards for Billy Lowry. He, one of the only guys not to score a touchdown here in this first half. 79 yards, though. He is putting in the work. As Let me get some other things here. 16 yards. And then 15 yards. I'm at 312 rushing for Polo. 2 carries for 15 yards for Mercer Mumford there as well. So at the half, Polo with those 312 yards rushing by my tally. Again, the stat guy to my right had 306. So we're kind of in the same ballpark there. 23 yards through the air to Mercer Mumford. You saw that play at the end of the first half. 1 reception there. I think that's one of the only passes Polo's thrown here in the first half. Mercer Mumford, 1 catch for 23 yards. Total yardage, 335 for Polo. That is a lot of yardage in just one half. In 8-man football, too. I mean, 8-man football, it's sometimes pretty hard to get those big yardages in one half. And my goodness, the Marcos made that look rather easy. Big blocking up front. Of course, we'll talk about that offensive line at the postgame with Ted Alston, the head coach for the Polo Marcos. For West Carroll, they kind of only had that one drive where they got into the red zone, and that drive ended up stalling out. Let's do some quick math here, if I may. 12 yards rushing on 5 carries for number 4. That is Rafe Picard Shinkin. 3 carries for 4 yards for number 9, Aiden Buckholtz. 3 carries for -3 yards for number 30, and that is Tyler McGinnis. The starting quarterback for Polo, that is Winter Harrington. He finished the first half. He had a couple of good carries that got them set up in decent field position. However, a couple of sacks after that set up Harrington with only 23 yards rushing on just 5 carries. And then it was 7 yards rushing for number 24, Connor Townsend, -6 yards rushing for Roger Leyburn. And that is all she wrote there. So when I do the math there correctly, we should end up with somewhere around what they had. -6. 37 yards rushing for West Carroll. That is it. 37 in the first half. Excellent defensive effort there for the Thunder. No receptions on the day. They've had a couple of passes. They had one trick play early in this ball game that you kind of wonder if that trick play goes through, would things be a little different here maybe for West Carroll? Would have gave them a lot more maybe a little more confidence. I think it was a 3-score game already at that point. You know, I'm not saying it would have completely changed it, but it may have been a little bit better than things just continuing to snowball for the Thunder here, as that's kind of what happened. Once things started going bad, instead of getting one of those big plays to kind of, you know, fight the run that the Marcos were on, unfortunately, West Carroll was unable to get that here, and we're sitting with a 54-0 first-half score. As Doug in the comments, the mayor of this great city of Polo, saying the guys are looking really good. Kudos to the players and that wonderful coaching staff. Yeah, Ted Alston, whatever was said during practice this week, I mean, it had to have made a massive, massive difference, because what Alston is bringing out here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, it was night and day difference here in the early going of this one. I mean, they made a statement. They made it early. Because last week we saw against Alden Hebron, we saw that matchup. It was a 1-score game early in the second quarter, and, you know, Polo was kind of, you know, flailing a little bit. They were trying to figure out how things were going and, you know, getting kind of punched right in the mouth, and then they responded. They responded in the second half. Again, to their credit, they responded to the second half of the second quarter, getting 3 touchdowns right before the half. And kind of cruising there in the second half. But today they said, nope, they're not going to punch us in the mouth here in this quarterfinal. We're going to come out. We're going to make a big statement, and a big statement they made as the Marcos, again, lead this thing 54-0 at the half. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, I'm going to try to grab some scores from our TSSR family of networks. And we will check in on some of those. I know they've got, I think there's 2 other games going on as we speak. There's one game that'll get going a little later on this afternoon. So we'll go through all that with you in just a few minutes. Hang tight. Better catch, or you're, well, excuse me, wrong job here. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here as we are at the half of our quarterfinal matchup here in 8-man football here in the state of Illinois. As our score 54-0. The Polo Marcos out with that lead here. Sorry if it sounds like I'm a little distracted here. I'm trying to get some scores going here from our TSSR family of networks. There are 2 other games going on here, so you can watch this one along with our other ones going on. We are the home of every 8-man football playoff game here on TSSR, this very YouTube channel, so you can check us out. We had a great week last week. All 8 games were done, and we only have 4 games this week, obviously, with only 8 teams left. And this one here, 54-0 here in Polo's control. Got some close ones, though, in the other games going on. How about Amboy? A lot of folks kind of seeing Amboy as a team that may make a run back to the championship game. Even though they're the 4th seed here in this playoff, a lot of folks talking about Amboy. Amboy's in a dogfight right now. 6-6 the score. They are tied with Martinsville. And I think Martinsville just scored as I checked in on the score. So it was just becoming 6-6. And they're in the second quarter of that one. I believe they're in the second quarter as well as Milledgeville leading Ridgewood 16-6. A lot of sixes being thrown around there. So Milledgeville leading Ridgewood 16-6. That's also kind of a surprise. Not saying Milledgeville isn't a good team, but I've seen Ridgewood. Ridgewood beat Amboy earlier in the year. So, Ridgewood's a pretty good ball club there as well. So it is an interesting weekend here for sure. The late game tonight here in 8-man football, or this afternoon, Pawnee takes on St. Anne. That one gets underway at 4 o'clock here on TSSR. So you can watch that one probably right about the time this one will come to an end, and some of those other games will be going to an end. So you're kind of going from this game at the start. We were the first game to start here today, and then move your way on down as the other games will finish here. 54-0, though, is our score here at the half. The Marcos with the lead over West Carroll. We'll take another break, and when we come back, we have got some football about ready to get underway here. Second half of action here from Polo High School in Polo, Illinois. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
When I walk in and talk to my patients, I like my patients first and foremost to feel comfortable. I like to keep it real with them. I like them to know that I'm there to listen to them and to help them understand some of the processes that they may be going through. The most rewarding aspect that I feel with caring for patients is when those patients come back in and they tell me how much better they feel for something that I have helped them accomplish in their healthcare.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wyatt Reed on the call here as we are at the half of our matchup between the Marcos of Polo and the Thunder of West Carroll. Polo coming in 10-0 on the year, while West Carroll coming in 8-2 on the season. But boy, the Marcos, I should say, of Polo, they are really flexing their muscles here. Again, coming into this playoff, you saw where they ended up getting seeded. There was a lot of chatter on social media about should Polo get that number 1 spot instead of maybe the Pawnee, who got the number 1 spot here in this playoff. Now, that will obviously, we'll never know until obviously maybe on a potential matchup of the internet. The internet. All right, there we go. Sorry about that there, folks. A little technical difficulty here. We are back up and running here as the internet here at Polo said no go for some reason. So we should be back up and running now, as we had a little technical issue there on that one. But, yeah, things are sitting here 54-0. Boy, that wind is stiff here today. We're still trying to fight Mother Nature here. Hopefully things are good to go here in the second half. Hopefully we don't have to worry too much about this rain that may be making its way into the area here. So we're hoping to maybe finish this one here before Mother Nature decides to open up the skies here, as some pretty good rain is making its way from south to north here in the state of Illinois. And I know some of those games down there probably getting some rain down there at Ridgewood in that ball game. And you're probably getting some rain in some of our other ball games going on throughout the state of Illinois. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that. We are going to have ourselves a running clock likely here in the second half, barring a massive comeback here for the guys of West Carroll. 54-0, though, is our score. Again, feel free to get into the comments here. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're pulling for, or just kind of some reaction here in the playoffs. As we've got a little over 2 minutes to go here before we get back under internet here. There we go. We're back up and running here. There we go. All right, good. I just wanted to make sure our internet was back up and running here. The option I was going to use wasn't working all that well. And our camera folks are trying to make sure that we are all good to go here, keeping it covered in case Mother Nature does decide to drop some rainfall. Here's a handoff here on first down. Nice carry here to start the second half. Taking that one up to about the 41-yard line from the 48. That's a 7-yard gain. Nice gain there by number 24 for the Thunder, and that is Connor Townsend. 7-yard gain. Let's see. AD just said yikes when he came into the comments here. Maybe saw that score and was thinking that. Here's the snap. They pitch it left side, running it past the 40-yard line. Nice carry there. Some positive plays here on this opening drive. That'll be a first down from the 40-yard line to about the 35-yard line. A 5-yard gain for the Thunder. Rafe Picard Shintkin. Polo in the lead there. Zeke, watching this game makes me think about West Carroll's 11-man days. I formation. Here's the snap. Hands it off. As running it is Townsend. Ball is out, and it's picked up by Polo as the Marcos have it at the 30. Shaking tacklers. Trying to make his way down the sideline. He's got one man to beat, and that one is going to be into the end zone. Jordan Reed, a scoop and score of 70 yards. Touchdown, Marcos.
At Western Illinois University.
Touchdown, Marcos. I hit the wrong button there, so my apologies there. 60-0 our score as that one into the end zone. The scoop, the fumble near about the 30-yard line by Connor Townsend. That ball just popped right out of his hands. 60-0. Polo with the lead. And we do have a running clock, by the way, here. So this second half likely not going to take all that long. I formation, Mercer Mumford in the backfield. Here's the snap. They give it to the up back, and he is met in the backfield, as that is Quentin Hart getting the extra point run. However, he was short. 60-0 our score. 8:45 to go. Clock still running. We'll take a quick break. We're back after this. TSSR Game Time Live brought to you by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back. TSSR Game Time Live brought to you by MDH. Wide read on the call here. 60-0 our score. Under 8 minutes to go here in this third quarter. The Marcos with the lead. A scoop and score 70 yards out by Jordan Reed. We've seen Dane Monroe get a scoop and score early in the first half. And now the Thunder still struggling here to pick up the ball here at about the 15, 20-yard line. 25, he's able to get near the 30-yard line on that return. And that is number 5, Jacoby Cropper. 60-0 our score. Quarterfinal action here. Class I8FA here in the state of Illinois. Quarterfinal action. Good to have you along here with us, as it does look like old Mother Nature dropping a few sprinkles maybe out there here. So here we sit with just under 7 minutes to go here. That one in the comments here. It's not always about the destination, Thunder fans. Awesome journey to get here. You know what? That's a good way of looking at it here. I kind of talked about that at the half. We'll talk about that here in just a second here. As the I formation handoff gets it back to Townsend. 30-yard line, still struggling to hang on to the ball. Nearly fumbled it again, as that is a 1-yard carry there by Townsend. Second down. But Wes Carroll, good point there by that one. In the comments here, mentioning the journey that it's been. 8-2 this season. This is a team last year who was 0-9. And, yes, this journey to get to this point here, you're just a couple of wins away from the state championship game. I mean, to get to go from 0-9 to being one of the last 8 teams standing in the state of Illinois in 8-man football, I mean, that is no slouch. I mean, that is an incredible achievement in just 1 year's time. And we'll talk to the head coach here potentially in the postgame and kind of just have him reflect on how this season has played out for the Thunder. 5-yard gain on that play, as that is number 30. That is Tyler McGinnis. 5-yard gain, a little slow getting up and back to the huddle there for McGinnis. 5.5 to go here, third quarter. Running clock here, so some folks maybe starting to file out here. A lot of folks still here, though, watching their team in action as the Marcos, a 60-0 lead. There's a sweep out right side. There's Townsend, tries to cut back. Nice play. Townsend trying to reach for the sticks, and he might be about a half a yard shy. It'll be fourth down. So it'll be fourth down and about 1. Townsend on the carry, a gain of 4. Actually, that's a gain of 3, I should say. Get my math right here. And that'll be fourth down. Fourth down and 1. Some folks got their umbrellas, as you can see in the background there, as old Mother Nature wasn't going to hold off here. We were hoping she would. Here's the snap. Up, back, gets it, and it's going to be a first down. Tyler McGinnis with the carry. McGinnis with a 2-yard gain on 4th and 1. That'll keep it moving. And the clock will keep moving as well. Ball at the 40-yard line.
First and 10 for the Thunder.
Again, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Milledgeville and Ridgewood, which Milledgeville at last check was up 16-6. Low-scoring affair in that one. Other game going on, slugfest. How about a 6-6 game, Martinsville and Amboy? Those are two games that you can also check out here on this very YouTube page. You can watch all three at the same time if you get all three tabs open at the same time. Rolling out, it is a different quarterback here. It's Jacoby Cropper. Ball is in the air, and coming up with it, a nice play. That's going to be a forward pass to Connor Townsend, the first completed pass in this ball game. That's a 4-yard gain. And with 3:22 to go here, it'll be second down and about 6. Ball at the 44-yard line. Here's the snap. They pitch it out, bringing it back up. Oh, the ball's on the ground again! And who has it? It looks like the Marcos have come up with it. They have. The Marcos have it again. So another turnover. That's the third turnover here in this ball game. And a fumble on that one will set up the Marcos with the ball here just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Brina, they says they were 0-9 on 11-man last year, I thought. Is that the case? Was West Carroll 11-man last year? They were first year in 8-man football, I'm being told by the guys, the radio guys at West Carroll. So that is, but still, to take this team from, that kind of change and be 0-9 last year to be 8-2, a penalty flag comes in. Might be an illegal shift. As running it down the sideline, left side, that is Jordan Reed, who has a fumble scoop and score. 1:45 to go here in quarter number 3, but that's the answer to your question there, Brina. I'm glad you asked that question. I was glad I was able to ask the West Carroll guys, because I didn't know. I did not know. It is a legal formation there, so a 5-yard penalty will push West Carroll back once again here. Not a ton of penalties here on West Carroll. Kind of been clean in that regard here. But Abel Sestata, hopefully we get to chat with him in the post game and just kind of, again, reflect on the season that it's been here for the Thunder and the fact that this team, again, 0-9 in 11-man football last year. They come to 8-man football, and they put up an 8-2 season. And that certainly has to feel good for the future of Thunder football. Under a minute to go here. Here's the handoff for the Marcos, running his way past midfield, past the 45-yard line. It's a nice carry there on first down, or second down and 15. Actually, it was first down, so that is a nice gain of about 10 on that play. That was number 25, and that is Quentin Hart for Polo. That is the 8th different man to carry the ball here tonight.
People who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
All right, we're back up and running here. Having some big technical issues here. Again, my apologies for that. Well, there we go. 10:20 to go. There we go. 10:20 to go here. Handoff there goes to Handoff there goes to about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line. That's a gain of 2. That's Quentin Hart with a 2-yard gain. As the running clock will take it under 10 minutes to go here, second half. Fourth quarter of action. I should change that as well. Quarter. Haven't changed that quite yet. I formation here, 3rd and 7. They hand it off, running his way left side, trying to make his way into the end zone. He's going to be about a yard shy. And that is another guy driving it. That is Robert Harazen. First carry of the ball game for him. Gain of 6. It'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. As the rain really starting to come down here at Polo High School. 9:15 to go here. Fourth quarter. Just a raw fall afternoon here in Polo, Illinois. 9:05 to go here. That is the 9th different ball carrier. 9 minutes to go here. Wishbone set behind the quarterback. They hand it off, running his way left side into the end zone. Quentin Hart into the end zone from 1 yard out. And it's 66-0. Marcos with the lead. Everything going right here for the Marcos here in this one. 54-0. They led this thing at the half. And making his way into the end zone from 2 yards out. Hart. And again, we're sorry for any technical issues here with the service here. We're going to try to get that fixed if and when we come back to Polo, as the handoff back to Harazen for the 2-point try, and it is no good. We'll keep it here. 8 minutes to go in this ball game. Actually, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the rest of this one for you on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
And welcome back, TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH. Wide read on the call as we are in the fourth quarter here. 66-0 Polo with the lead. Coming up on 7 minutes to go here as the rain comes down on a chilly afternoon here at Polo High School. As a low kick there, that's going to be hitting off the intended receiver, and Marcos may have fallen on it again. They have indeed. Number 73 comes up with it. Eric Verrett. And even in the later portions of this one, West Carroll just can't seem to get anything positive for them here in this ball game. A squib kick off the foot of Jacoby Cropper. Toby in the comments saying that he is cheering for the Mumford Mafia and the rest of the Polo Marcos from Scottsdale, Arizona. Shout out Scottsdale. We appreciate you joining us here on this chilly afternoon. 6 minutes to go. Not chilly probably there in Scottsdale. Don't have to worry so much about that. Another backup quarterback here. Wrong team. As they hand that one off. Another guy to get a carry here, running to the outside. That's Camden Schaefer, and he's got himself 11 yards. Camden Schaefer. Camden Schaefer, 5'4", 110 pounds. Gain of 11 yards. And that'll be first down, 1st and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line. In runs Donald Drowns. Running out is number 73, Eric Verrett, who fell on that fumble there a moment ago. Isaac McFalls checking in. That is the starting quarterback, or the quarterback now. I formation. Isaac McFalls As he takes the snap, hands it off, gets it to him again. Running his way outside is Schaefer, and he's spun down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on the play for Schaefer.
And will make the stop.
Clock still moves, 4:50 to go. And kind words being said by the mayor of this great town of Polo. We appreciate you, Doug, and the folks of Polo for letting us come cover you guys the last couple of weeks. Don't know what next week will bring. We'll keep a very close eye on that and let you guys know. I imagine Polo going to be the home team potentially next week. That is, if Ridgewood is able to come back and win. However, if not, I believe doesn't Milledgeville get the home game? I'm not sure. Suppose we'll find out. Here's the snap. They hand it off. They get it to him again. And running it is Schaefer after the 1-yard gain. Maybe no gain. I'll give him a 1-yard gain. Be third down and about 6. But yes, Doug, great town here. Like I said, Polo, Illinois. It's been fun covering these Marcos of Polo, one of the great teams here in the state in 8-man football. These guys know what they're doing, and that's all thanks to their head coach, Ted Alston, who we hope to talk to in the postgame here. Hope to talk to both coaches here. Again, we'll talk to Coach Sesteta if he would like. Not going to force him, but, we'll try to pull him aside here as he talks to the radio affiliate here for West Carroll and see if he wants to chat with us for a few minutes here and kind of reflect on the season. 66-0 here, I formation. They give it to the up back, running his way left side, gets through a couple of tackles and running his way down to about the 15-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Trying to see who that ball carrier was. That is number 11, and that is Robert Harazin. So 4-yard gain on 3rd and 5. We'll set up 4th and 1. 2:45 to go, as you see on the clock there on the left-hand side of your screen. As the Marcos setting up here on this 4th down play. Things winding down here in this quarterfinal. As we're clicked down to now to about 2:20 to go. Nate, happy for the Marcos here in the comments. Appreciate you watching there, Nate. I imagine if they get the first down, they might just take a knee from here on out. As taking the snap, turning, handing it off, getting it to Schaefer, and he's going to be stopped. He'll be stopped short. That's about a 1-2 yard loss on that play. And it'll be a turnover on downs with 1:45 to go here. So we'll see if West Carroll can get another play or two in before the end of this one. What a ball game, though, for the Marcos. Number of guys getting handoffs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different players with a carry here today. One pass for the Marcos. That was a 23-yard reception to Mercer Mumford. I formation, Cropper takes the snap, turns, hands it off, trying to break through tackles, spinning away, and being taken down here at about the, what are they giving that one, the 21-yard line. Gain of 3 on that play for number 25, Johnner Smith. That's a 2-yard carry. As we are under a minute here, 50 seconds to go. .43 seconds. Clock still going here. The rain continuing to fall here at Polo. As they hand off up the middle there, a couple of yards on that play here. And that one might do it there, number 26. That is Silas Lamb with the carry. And that'll do it. The Marcos of Polo are on their way to the semifinal, and they make a statement. to the rest of 8-man football. They are a force to be reckoned with. They win this one 66-0 here in the quarterfinals in I8FA action. What a dominant performance here tonight for the Marcos, as that will get them into the semifinals. They'll take on the winner of Milledgeville and Ridgewood, and we'll see who comes out on top of that one. And we will take a look at some of the stats here in the rest of this one. Not a lot of stats added on after halftime, but nonetheless, we will take a look at some of the stats that we've got, and we will hope to talk to some of the coaches here, both coaches in the postgame here. So we'll take a break. When we come back, postgame wrap-up here on TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Minimally invasive surgery offers a variety of benefits to the patient. We are now able to offer patients a variety of operations with small incisions rather than big open incisions. The surgeries that we can do now, minimally invasive, include bariatrics, hernia repair, colorectal surgeries, faster recovery, smaller incisions, faster time back to work.
And welcome back. TSSR Game Time Live, brought to you by MDH, as we are wrapping things up here in the postgame as the Marcos of Polo dominant here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. 66-0. They cruise to a win over West Carroll. The Thunder finished their season at 8-3 in this loss here in the state quarterfinal. But we'll talk more about West Carroll here in just a bit, because it is a pretty cool turnaround here to see what has happened over the last couple of years. Just in the last 2 years here at West Carroll. So, again, we'll cover that here, and we hope to talk to head coach Abel Sesteta here in just a little bit. But with the final score of 66-0 here, not a lot of the starters, actually none of these starters, so everybody who had stats in the first half we're good to go. Some of the starters here in the second half, we did have a number of guys playing in the second half, so I'll get some of the quick stats for those guys. Thankfully, their numbers are pretty easy to calculate here as we take a look here. 14 yards rushing on that one. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look at some of those numbers here for Polo. 73 yards rushing on just 5 carries for Gus Mumford. I mean, if you if you have Gus Mumford only running the ball 5 times and you get a 66-0 win, you got to be feeling pretty good. That's just how good this Polo team is. So Polo, with their star quarterback here, Gus Mumford, 5 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. 2 touchdowns on the ground as well for Noah Dewey. He had a great first half. 4 carries for 61 yards. It was 1 carry for 47 yards and a touchdown for Kalen Gilbranson. Taking a look at some of the other ones here. 21 yards rushing for Gage Ziegler. He finished that with 3 carries and a touchdown. 79 yards rushing. No touchdowns, though, for Billy Lowry. Kind of a bummer there. We were kind of pulling for him maybe to get one there in the second half. He did not. But he finishes with 79 yards rushing on 4 carries. A great showing for him. 16 yards rushing for number 2. That is J.T. Stevenson, the backup quarterback who came in to start the second half. And then a lot of other backups here. Number 1, Mercer Mumford, 15 yards on just 2 carries. 35 yards on 4 carries for number 25. And that is Quentin Hart. 1 carry for 10 yards for number 14, Jordan Reed. Reed did have a fumble return for a touchdown. 10 yards rushing for Robert Harazen. and 14 yards on 4 carries for Camden Schaefer, who got some mop-up duty. Let's take a look at some of the other numbers here. Actually, that's all the numbers I had there for Polo. One reception here for Polo for 23 yards. 1 catch for 23 yards for Mercer Mumford. So that is all she wrote there for Polo. A lot of different guys. 11 different guys touching the ball here for the Marcos. For the Thunder, as their head coach, Abel stated, doing an interview just off to our right. So we hope to chat with him here in just a moment. 17 yards rushing on just 6 carries for for Rafe Picard Shintgen. Let me take a look here. There were some other ones that I had here. 14, 15, 18 yards on 6 carries for number 24, Connor Townsend. Townsend fumbling the ball that resulted in a 70-yard scoop and score. You had a couple of carries here, 3 carries for 9 yards, or 4 yards actually, for number 9. That is Aiden Buckholtz. Did get positive yards there for Tyler McGinnis. He finished the first half with -3 rushing yards. He finishes with just 4 yards rushing on 5 carries. 23 yards rushing for the starting quarterback, Winter Harrington, for the Thunder. Like I said here, 23 yards rushing. 14, 15. Oh, no, I was wrong there. That's 11, 18. That is 18 yards rushing for number 24, Connor Townsend. 1 carry for -6 yards in this ball game for Roger Leyburn. 1 carry for 2 yards for number 25, Johnner Smith, and 1 carry for 2 yards for Silas Lamb. As we are in the post-game show here. You want to grab him when he's done with that interview, make sure he doesn't go downstairs. All right. Just wanted to catch up with my camera girl here, Alyssa, who braved the elements here. You are a little wet there, but you didn't get too wet. Didn't get too wet here, hopefully. Hopefully you don't get ill from helping us out. No? Why didn't you bring the gloves? She thought she brought them there. Becca in the comments saying great effort to WC West Carroll. Absolutely, a great effort, a great turnaround from last year. Coming from 11-man to 8-man football, a lot of changes, going from 0-9 to 8-2 on the year. It's got to feel pretty good, though, if you're West Carroll. So we'll talk again here with hopefully the coaches. Ted Olston, the head coach for Polo, walked by. He's doing some other interviews, I believe, upstairs. And he will be chatting with us here, hopefully in just a moment here. But the quarterfinals are set. We did have some scores from the other games here. I was able to check those a moment ago. The winner of this game, which was Polo, is going to take on the winner of Milledgeville and Ridgewood. And Milledgeville leading Ridgewood 16-12 at last check just a moment ago. Amboy was in a 6-6 dogfight with Martinsville last we checked. It is 20-12. Amboy with the lead there. I believe that one getting underway in the third quarter. So that is how the other 2 games are going. But the winner of this one, Polo, as of right now, would take on Milledgeville. Milledgeville, a very good ball club here. So we'll see if that ends up playing out or if Ridgewood will come back and get the win there. So that is the one round of the semifinals. Of course, the later game tonight involving Pawnee. They will take on St. Anne in Pawnee. That'll get underway at 4 o'clock, so about an hour from now. You can watch that one on TSSR here on this YouTube page, and you'll be able to check that all out here in just a little bit. So that'll be the last game of the weekend. I know our friend Dwayne down there in Pawnee. Not near as long a drive for him as it was for me. Still a long drive, but not as long a drive as it was for me, thankfully, for old Dwayne there. We appreciate Dwayne, though, making the trip down there to cover that one.
Yeah, I don't feel like driving.
Little journey here. Yes, if you would like. Won't take up too much of your time here, but I'll throw that headset right here on you as we get ready to chat with West Carroll head coach here, Abel Sesteta, joining us here in the post-game show here. Coach, thank you for the time here. Obviously not the result that you guys were hoping for here. Hopefully our headset's working here. You want to test that?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you. We're good. All right. Wanted to make sure there. This is one of our faultier headsets there, so we just wanted to check on that. Yeah, so like I said, not really the result that you guys were looking for here today, but putting a bow on what was a really remarkable season for you guys here. You finished last season 0-9. Then you come in here, 8-man football, a lot of changes here. But to finish this season at 8-3, you got to feel pretty confident about the future of West Carroll football.
I actually do feel very, we got a good, strong junior class coming up.
Yeah, there you go. Go ahead. Okay. Yep, you want to hold that right there? You should be good right there.
Okay, yeah. We got.
Nope, maybe not. Maybe not. Here. All right, our mic is having some malfunctions here.
It probably doesn't got soaked.
It did not get soaked. Try it again there, Coach.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you there.
Okay, so yeah, with the junior class.
All right. So we're having some real technical issues here. I don't know what's going on. Here, I'll trade you headsets. There you go. I'll go with this headset right here and try to figure it out while Coach Sesteta. There we go. Go right ahead there, Coach. Sorry about that technical issue. Just kind of recap the season here for West Carroll and kind of the future that you see as the head coach.
Well, first of all, I want to give kudos to all those seniors because that's the first thing I told them when I first came in. I said, you guys are going to set the standard for us of what we want to become and where we're going to go, and making it to the Elite Eight the first year was just amazing. We didn't really get the kind of loss we wanted, but we don't want to allow this to take away from what we did accomplish. We got a strong junior class coming up. We were going to start hitting the weights, hopefully get a lot of those kids out for track, get stronger, get faster, and continue moving forward.
Well, and you guys got a lot of your guys coming back here, and that's kind of the thing that I noticed looking at your guys' roster. Only about 8 or 9 seniors this year. So that's got to make you feel really good knowing that a lot of these kids who got to experience this, getting to this Elite Eight, the last 8 teams standing, it's got to give you some confidence there knowing that a lot of your roster is going to be coming back, knowing what it's going to take to face one of these guys here next year potentially in the playoffs.
That's going to be huge, because they'll have a year under the belt now in this 8-man with the new offense, defense, and understanding, the diameters of the field, the sidelines a little shorter and stuff like that. So, absolutely, we got a nice, strong junior class coming up. We got a good supporting freshman and sophomore class coming up. I don't know if you knew this, but I know our 8th grade won the 8-man conference championship. So we got some coming up as freshmen. So the future's bright. And as I said, these seniors, they did a great job setting a high standard for us. So hopefully we can match or improve on that.
Well, and like I said, you got a lot of your leaders coming back here. And I know this is kind of going to be a tough drive back for you guys there. But what is going to be the message to your guys there? Is it just going to be kind of a keep your head up kind of approach, or what are you going to be telling these guys, or what did you tell these guys in that huddle after this game came to an end?
The struggles we had this year, or the 3 losses that we had, was Milledgeville and Polo. We lost Polo twice, and we lost to Milledgeville. The message coming in is after the last 2 games, you guys know that I'm not saying we would have won the game, but you guys know we could have played with them. And that's probably one of the last humps that we got to get, is just that understand that, we can be that elite team. When we place somebody that's undefeated, that we could be one to take that giant down. And hopefully move that forward, because that's really where it comes down to. Everywhere else we did really well. We just tightened up a little bit against the tougher teams, but it's there. It's there. It's just, I guess, for the pass and everything, it's just hard. That's the last barrier we get, but once we get to that barrier, watch out for West Carroll.
The future's very bright for you guys here at West Carroll, and we do appreciate the time here chatting with us as dealing with I got my headset here. There we go. All right. So, yeah, the future, again, is very bright for you guys here at West Carroll. So, again, not the result that you guys wanted to see here in the quarterfinal, but we appreciate you chatting with us here. Head coach for West Carroll, the Thunder, Abel Sesteta, joining us here. Appreciate the time, Coach. Best of luck next season. We hope to see you back here next year. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely here. Appreciate that time there, Coach. You can take that headset off there, and I'll try to figure out what's going on with my headset here before we wrap it up here. But head coach Ted Alston for the Marcos chatting with the radio affiliates there for West Carroll. So we'll get them on here in just a moment, and then we'll be able to wrap up this broadcast here on a wet afternoon here in Polo, Illinois. Once again, final score 66-0. And the other scores going on in the world of 8-man football: Amboy leading Martinsville 20-12, and Milledgeville 16-12 over Ridgewood. What's that? They're probably final. I just pulled them up there just a moment ago, so we're taking a look here and make sure those are final here, if they're final. But yeah, Amboy 20-12 over Martinsville last we checked, and Milledgeville 16-12 over Ridgewood. They are able to. Excuse me. A lot of things going on around us here. We've got interviews for Ted Alston. You've got Abel Sesteta, the West Carroll head coach, chatting with one of the local newspapers, I believe. Ridgewood and Milledgeville. Let's pull up that score here. I'm going to pull it up on my my cellular device here and see what the, if I can. Now my internet might be a little faulty here, so things are a little slow here. I think we got a really close ball game here, potentially, between these two sides. Ridgewood and Milledgeville, if I can skip the old ad there. Final score, Milledgeville beats Ridgewood 16-12. So Polo will take on Milledgeville next week. That'll be a great matchup there. It's a great defense on Milledgeville, and the Spartan season comes to an end. So that is what we're looking at next week. Final score there, once again, 16-12. Milledgeville beats Ridgewood. So let's take a look at the other score then that's going on here. Amboy and Martinsville, they are still going. Actually, they might have just wrapped up here. Well, they're at the half. They are at the half. 26-20. Amboy leads at the half. I don't know if they had a delay in that game or what the case is there. A lot more offense in that one. They are at the half, 26-20. Started at 2. That would be why they're a little behind us there. So, all right. So that is what we have sitting in front of us here. Also sitting in front of us here is the head coach for the Polo Marcos here, Ted Alston, joining us here on TSSR here for a few moments here. Coach, congratulations on your way to the semifinals here. Things are a little different here. You know, I was talking about this during the broadcast and just the way how you guys came out here in this ball game here. Kind of a night and day difference. Last week against Alden Hebron, things were kind of a little struggle there for you most of the way through the first half, and then you guys were able to turn it on. But this game, you came out and you made a statement. Was that the mission here today? Come out, make a statement, and kind of try to put this game away as early as possible?
Well, we really emphasize having a better start this week. You know, like you said last week, I thought we came out kind of slow, a little bit lethargic, you know, at the beginning of the game. I wouldn't say that we weren't ready to play last week, but I think we weren't ready to play playoff football last week. Today we came out ready to play playoff football from the start, and I thought both sides of the ball played really well, and obviously the results showed up for us.
Yeah, and you guys started off really, really well with a lot of big runs opening up by the offensive line. That offensive line, you guys got a lot of size on that offensive line, and that was kind of something that stuck out here. You guys were able to open up those big holes, make those big plays. And that felt like it was the difference early on in this ball game, having those guys making those big plays there with the running game.
Yeah, absolutely. And not just that, but I thought they played a lot more physical than they had played last week. And in the last couple of weeks, you know, we kind of challenged them and said, you guys got to pick up your physical play here, and they did a nice job of doing that today.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're led with your star quarterback there, Gus Mumford. I mean, he only had the 5 carries there, but he had a couple of touchdowns. And kind of the thing that we talked about last week was you guys were just able to give the ball off to a number of different options here. 11 different guys touched the ball here for you guys today. I think that's pretty impressive. Just kind of shows the depth. Again, we talked about the depth a little bit last week, but you know, going in as a head coach, knowing that you have some guys, okay, you can take one guy out, get him some rest, and then bring in another guy. That'd be a pretty comfortable feeling here going into the semifinals, knowing that your guys are pretty well rested.
It is, and especially because our backs are not real big, you know, so they don't take a beating. You're not giving them 15, 20 carries a game. You know, you can kind of distribute it out and keep it to, you know, 6 to 10 carries for each guy, you know, ideally, and, you know, kind of take some of the wear and tear off of them as well.
We're talking to the head coach of the Polo Marcos, Ted Alston, joining us here. I won't keep you too much longer here, Coach, but you guys are on to the semifinals here. So where it starts to get a little serious here. You got a tough opponent next week here, Milledgeville. I don't know if you just heard they got the win there just moments ago. Kind of at first glance of hearing that, what are you kind of thinking going forward here, your semifinal matchup against the Missiles of Milledgeville?
Well, obviously, Milledgeville has always been our biggest rival in terms of most of our sports. Great team, coaches that we're very familiar with, team that we're very familiar with.